who joins us now. And Tom, we heard there more details from the International Paralympic Committee. Also, really, them expressing how difficult it is for them to make these decisions. We've seen so many sporting events stepping away from Russia and Belarus, but making the point there that the Paralympians who are expected to take part on Friday are not the aggressors, and that we can unite as human beings and promote peace, understanding and inclusion. And they're hoping that perhaps some good will come of the Russians and Belarusians competing. What has been the UK reaction so far, Tom?
As you say, the IPC are trying to pick their way through this and are trying to rely on their rules and handbooks to allow them to have come to decisions that are kind of challengeable and that will stand up if they are challenged further down the line. And the position that they have come to with the organisers of the Winter Paralympics is that Russian and Belarusian athletes will be allowed to compete, but as neutral athletes, and that the Russian Paralympic Committee, will not appear on the medals table. And that is a position that has divided a lot of opinion across the Paralympic community. There's a fair degree of anger. We were talking earlier to Richard Whitehead, one of the prominent runners in the Paralympics, who appeared at the Winter Games and the Summer Paralympics as well. And he told us that he was very disappointed with the decision. He said that it doesn't send out the right message. It's not a firm enough stance from the IPC. And that has been echoed today by Nadine Dorries, the Culture Secretary, who has responsibility for sport within her department. She says, "I'm extremely disappointed with the IPC. This is the wrong decision, and I call on them to reconsider. They must join the rest of the world in condemning this barbaric invasion by banning Russian and Belarusian athletes from competing." She goes on, "We will consider the full range of options in protest of this decision in consultation with UK Sport and the British Paralympic Association. I will also be meeting with my international counterparts this week to discuss how we can respond collectively." And the clock has been very much ticking for the Winter Paralympics because they start on Friday. There is due to be a team that was made up of Russian athletes taking part in the para ice hockey this weekend. So they were really up against a tight deadline, but the decision that they have come to is one that is certainly not fully well received across the Paralympic community and further afield.
And Tom, I understand that Everton Football Club is stepping away from its Russian sponsors as well. We've heard from a number of other football teams who've done this already.
Yeah, they're one of a number of sporting clubs who have links to Russian based money, and really their connection is one of Alisher Osmanov, who is an Uzbek oligarch who has had a commercial relationship with the club for some time, sponsoring their training ground, and also has the naming rights for Everton's new stadium. A big centrepiece of their plan in the next few years is to move from Goodison Park down to the waterfront on the River Mersey. And Mr. Usmanov very much part of that financing of that big move. And so Everton have been trying to work out how they go forward. They have shirt sponsors, they have various sponsors connected to the club that are connected to Mr. Usmanov's businesses in Russia, and the club have said they can confirm that it's suspended with immediate effect all commercial sponsorship arrangements with the Russian companies USM, Megafon and Yota. So these are seismic decisions being taken within sport at speed, and as we can see, a variety of standpoints being taken, some much more hardline than others. And the Paralympics have said that they have tried to plot a course that respects their rules and principles and is also not going to penalise those athletes who, as the Paralympics have said, are not the aggressors. And they expect during the Paralympics in Beijing for them to be treated like any other athletes.
Thanks a lot, Tom. Now, President